Jeff, hi.
Hi, man.
How are you?
Good.
I think of everyone of the show, I'd say you and probably Joe Morton's character are the most loquacious, your character is the most loquacious, and I'm wondering, how do you memorize a Shonda Rhimes monologue? Like, how long does that take, and what's the process?
She's a beautiful writer, and a writer of real musicality, right? I don't know anything about, I know very little about Southern church voices, but I get Southern preacher a lot of time in her rhythms, and there is just beautiful music that helps you along. You just sort of know, and she captures all of our voices really distinctly. So you just sort of know when you're wrong, which is very helpful for memorization. But like all of us, editors have saved our butts a number of times, because sometimes it's a brilliant idea and it's at 11 at night, and God bless her, Shonda is staying after it, and it's the fourth color of page on the very same speech, and she's changed it, ripped it up, changed it, and we're learning it for 7 a.m. And I'm not that fast at that. So I remember a long walk and talk with Bellamy where I said, I hate this, you guys, but you're going to have to get it in 3 chunks. I don't think I can, And they just said, no problem. That's what these amazing editors are for.
That's how you do with the letters.
Oh yeah. My daughter was told about a little tool, and she said it was Allison Janney from her David Kelly life on West Wing, because David, Aaron Sorkin, Shonda, among the writers that can churn out 500 pages and then 300 new ones the next morning, and ask you to learn them, right? And you write the first, David Rosen, I've had enough of it. You write the first letter of that sentence, D-R-I-H, whatever. And you can put it in the margin, and you're looking at the full sentence, and you're looking at the code of first letter and punctuation, say. And supposedly it shortens the, brain learning time.
That is very cool.
When you can, okay, I don't need to look at that sentence. Wait, I can do it off the code. Now I can do it with none of it.
I wish you'd told me this months ago.
Well, isn't it crazy? This is crazy.
But I don't know. We've talked about this. I find myself in a rotating deck of cards of any strategy that will work in my terror. Of talking into the voice recorder right on the phone, of listening in the car through the little Prius screen, of Linda, please help me.
Jeffy's wife is Linda Lowy, that casts all of Shondaland stuff, who is amazing.
Actors, you want to try to marry a good casting director.
Jeff, we saw a lot of Cyrus's backstory this year, and what was sadder for you? The fact that Cyrus, as a gay man, stayed married to a woman for so long, or that they had the same tacky floral wallpaper the whole time?
Those are commensurate, commensurately pathetic. Yeah. That little line broke my heart. Kerry read it was to you across the table, and going, 40 years, 30 years, or whatever it was, I slept. I pretended that I was making love to a woman, what was it? Something like, I made love to women, something I've never understood. And with one little line, Shonda throws this big backstory at us. Yeah, it's real, and so I kind of love it, and it makes you sad. One of our journalists said,
Bless you.
Jeff, what did you think of the Bruce Jenner interview? What did kind of apropos of this territory?
Yeah.
Of hiding and not hiding. And I said, oh my God, you pray for that with yourself, anybody you love, like all of humanity. Get closer to who you are. Don't ever have to hide. you know, figure out how to be proud of who you are. And it takes us all a long time, right?
That's a great message, and you look at all of you as actors and characters on the show, and you have all sorts of backstories and something, and it's something I think the show represents. Even though it's a very heightened political drama, at the end of the day, it's a human show, and I think it's something that we all relate to. Mm-hmm. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Pumpkin.
How are you? Oh, you're doing Pumpkin too.
No, it's 3.
So we thought there was a big death on a certain other Shonda Rhimes show, and we thought we were losing you too, but you seemed to make it through okay?
I seemed to make it through okay.
You seemed to make it through okay.
What? That's what he said.
You look like you made it through okay. You're sitting here, so
I am
that's a good
indeed.
thing.
Yeah.
So you're tied to a table, you're thrown in a ditch. Like, how do you pass the time as an actor?
It was really hard. That episode was really hard, but you sort of lay on a table the whole time covered in blood. You can't move. I had a big prosthetic piece that took a couple hours to put on. And of course, I was around for the most part. It was Josh and Guillermo and Katie and Kerry and the gentleman who plays Russell and the guy who was the doctor. So there were all these people sort of hanging out and having fun in between takes, and I can't get up.
I feel like we kind of ignored you.
You totally ignored me.
I didn't.
Katie didn't
has a
ignore
great
me.
story.
Katie, so I had my shirt off on this thing, and I was there for like 17 hours, and I had to be back at 7 a.m. the next day, and they called a double in, a guy who looks like me, to sort of lay on the table for one scene.
No, all day Scott was laying there with his stomach on, and so, you know, he and I are super tight. He's like a brother to me, and I'm like, doing this to his stomach, and I'm giving him purple nipples, you know, things like that, and I'm because he can't get up and he can't move, and it's super fun to make fun of him. So.
Not all of us are professionals.
Okay, you have no place to speak. Mr.
And what happened? So
they
I had to
trade
go
him
home.
out. He has to go home, and I go. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I go up to someone, and I'm squeezing his nipple, and it's the guy who's standing in for him. It looks exactly like Scott, but it's not Scott.
And you hadn't met him.
I'd never met him. And he just looks up at me like, oh, hey, like, nice to meet you. And I'm, oh my God, I feel like I can get in really big trouble for this.
He said, I love you in Big Hero 6.
Yeah, he said, I love your work in Big Hero 6. And I said, oh, thank you so much. That really means, that's so nice of you to say. I was mortified. I had just, like, done that to his nipples. So, and
I was so sore for a couple days after you did that to me.
I don't believe you.
Marika couldn't believe. She's like, what's wrong with your nipples?
I
honey?
don't believe one pussy.
In related news, Katie is no longer on the show because HR has escorted her off.
I'm so sorry to that gentleman if you're watching this.
What do you mean? He like IMDb'd you without even meeting you. He knew you were in Big Hero 6. Don't apologize to that dude.
Well.
Weird stalker guy.
Jealous? Exactly.
Whatever. His nipples, I mean, where are we even going with this? I'm just going to stop.
So, Scott, so you're on a table. Are you going through your grocery list? Are you thinking, I got to go pick up the kids here? Like, what's going on?
No, I'll be honest with you. My back was hurting so much because, you know, it's like a flat, one of them was a wooden table, and one of them was this gurney that they, you know, put you in an ambulance in, so it's very narrow, and I got a tube in my mouth, and all I'm thinking, aside from, like, you know, please someone let me get up, is I'm so happy they're paying us.
It's just not all as glamorous as it looks on TV. It's not all as glamorous as it looks on TV.
It unfortunately is not, but it's pretty damn good, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate.
What was the most OMG moment for you this season?
Well, look, I think, oh gosh, I'm going to go with them, but I loved, personally, getting the first script and seeing Jake and Olivia on an island, and I was like, yes!
I wasn't
And
so
then
keen on
finding
that
out that we were going to an island.
And then finding out that we were actually going to the Bahamas to shoot it.
So
where did y'all shoot that?
We flew to Paradise Island, and they took us on this great little boat. I say little so no one gets jealous.
Was not little.
To this It was rickety, though. It was big and rickety.
Sure.
To this itsy-bitsy island with a couple of houses on it, about an hour and a half off the coast of Paradise Island, the Bahamas. There
Middle
was
of nowhere.
nothing there. Gorgeous. I mean, I can't even describe. My wife is still mad at me that I got to go and she didn't. It was unbelievable.
And just to be clear, they paid you for this.
They did.
And they paid us.
Yeah.
They
paid you for
did.
it.
And there was this really fun thing that the network
in,
had.
rub it in.
Well, no, the network had done this thing of where in the world is Olivia Pope? And we were actually on a plane flying back.
What kind of plane?
A private plane.
Oh.
But the reason we had to fly private was because every time the network thought about us being on a plane to the Bahamas, people would know what happened.
Yeah,
in
we
the
had-
first
we had
episode.
to fly
We had to fly
private,
private. But all over the country, these banners were flying on beaches. I think was it Labor Day, and they were saying, "Where in the world is Olivia Pope?" And I happened to have a white sweater on the plane, and we took a picture with our iPhones of my arm on his shoulder on a private plane with the hashtag "Where is Olivia Pope?" And people
And I wrote "She's with me."
Yes. And people went
Ballistic.
nuts. It was so fun.
And
Yeah.
you literally broke the internet.
We broke it. It was great.
I see Darby on the end just like seething with jealousy.
Understandably, by the way.
I think we have some questions from the audience.
Oh.
Very, very excited.
Great.
But you have them?
I have them right here. In my own hand.
All right.
They didn't trust the audience to ask them.
Well, you have to stand up so we can see you when he says your question.
Exactly. All right. First one's Kerry. The first one's for you, and you're being addressed as Ms. Pope.
Ooh.
Ms. Pope, who is the better kisser, Jake or the president? And this is from Marco. Marco?
It's good.
They're both technically proficient. There you go. And I will say this, actually, this is so, I actually had to say this earlier. This is a little bit weird, but Olivia kisses these two men very differently. Like, they're very different kissers, and they're like, the relationships are so different that they are completely different kinds of moments. It's really weird, but what are jobs?
Oh, there's a little side conversation going on that I want
Yeah,
to bring to
there
the
is.
public over here. Between Quinn, between
'cause
Quinn and
I
Huck's
just-
character.
we talked about this today.
So I asked Kate, so who's a better kisser, Guillermo or the guy who plays Charlie?
Well,
George.
I wish George Newbern, Charlie, amazing, love. You answered the question so perfectly. I wish I had this answer earlier today, because I had been asked this before. But I think Quinn also has very different relationships with the two of them, and she kisses them differently as well.
It's so weird.
It's so
Our
weird,
jobs are
but it's
very
true.
weird.
Our jobs differently. More
Anyone
less
else
fun.
want to vouch to kissing people differently?
Different
That's it.
emotions.
Start.
Stop being such a boy.
See?
the only way-
See?
It's the only way I can process it.